A boka. I'm trying to where's it come to here? Can't go.
Ladies and gentlemen, no, today I'm going for gentlemen and ladies. Today I'm not a feminist. Yeah, men first. I'm happy today. I'm happy because politicians you watch them. I'm happy when all politicians are suffering, regardless of your political party. That's how I am. In fact. Anyway, today I'm happy because somebody is trending, and it's for all the bad reasons, or depending on where you stand, for all the right reasons. If you stand on justice, fairness, the what of you? It is for. I'm so happy I can't even be serious. Anyway, when you go online today, Ken Agyapong and Anas Aremia Anas is trending. Ask me why. Don't ask me why. I'm going to tell you why, even if you ask me. Yeah, they are trending because Anas took Ken Agyapong to court in the United States of America, and he won a lawsuit of defamation, a defamation case against him.
And your note has been marked as free, and it says, Judge, in our initial finding, we awarded $18 million and a breakdown, presuming $5 million, actual $5 million, and punitive $8 million. With your verdict and your note, your jury service in this case is complete. I truly have enjoyed working with you. You've been an attentive jury. Thank you so much for your service. You are discharged.
Judge, the defendant would like to thank the jury for their support.
No. Get out of the way you can. Thank you so much. Everyone appreciates your service. Okay, so the court's decision, if we start at the end, the court is denying the request for a mistrial, and everyone can file motions at the appropriate time, and the court will address everything after the motions are filed appropriately and then respond appropriately. Does anyone have any questions about anything? No. Thank you. Okay. Good luck to everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for coming up, Brett.
Say oi! Say oi! Yeah, it's gonna move, but I'm sure for Kennedy, big boy Kennedy, he can pay the amount.
When you 18 million.
I don't know 18 million. You will be them as well. I'm sure he can pay the amount because I mean he's one of the rich men in the country, the big men in the country. I'm not saying it is a small amount, but again, it is not that big of an amount for Kennedy. But when you look at pictures like this, you see your boy's face. Yeah, that screams I beg. Tesumame, Mr. Me Pentiso. One picture cry, he said, make her drink water. Oh, Kennedy. I saw the picture, your guy stood up after the case was brought to, everything was closed, and he was like, see Kennedy in face. I have never seen Kennedy look so defeated. Not when he lost his seat, not when his party lost, nothing. But 18 million has humbled your guy. And it's amazing. This case speaks volumes because it's quite interesting. It shows the contrast between how the US deals with things when it comes to defamation, their justice, their fairness, and how Ghanaian courts deals with it. Now, to give you a little bit of backstory. Yeah, some years ago, somewhere around 2016, yeah. Anas Aremia Anas made an expose exposing some of the corruption that was going on in this country. And Ken Agyapong made some defamatory statements about him. He called him a murderer, called him an extortionist, called him an entrapper, called him a blackmailer. He called him all the bad words in the political handbook. All the bad words in Goofy call you. He called this guy on a nation label platform. What was that? Was it? It was Net 2. It's for him. And the platform where that you meet all those statements is for him. It's for Ken Agyapong. I'll wait me a top platform. No, they don't be anything. No humble far. Anyway, he made all those statements against me, and Nas took him to court. This was somewhere back in 2018. He took him to court and he lost the case woefully. Like, nothing. Sampas. The court ruled against him, and it was just like we were just relegated to the background. And we all thought this kid was dead. Even that ruling, another judge, a judge of the Supreme Court, came and commented on the judge's ruling that it was an abuse of power, meaning that everything about that case was wrong, and Anas fairly should have won. But then you know how it is. Ghana, we did. If you have the power and you have the authority, everything will bend to your will, as it should be. Because if you have power and you have authority, there, I was saying, Yoma should work it should work in your favor. Now, fast forward. So he took the defamation case to the United States of America. Yeah, he took it to America, and he took it to Essex County Courts, where a jury of 8 members sat down. And there was a judge, there was a whole, all the proceedings were just, they were followed through. And after the ruling, it was unanimous, 8-0 in favor of Anas, your boy Anas. Yeah, the tiger eye nigga. I haven't seen his eyes before, but I'm sure one is red because it has the red eye of Africa. Yeah, they ruled in his favor, and this is quite interesting because when you go to the United States, one of the hardest cases to win is a defamation case, because you have to have solid evidence against the party you are bringing there. Like, be joke. They don't take those stuff like serious, because one, it assassinates your character. I mean, it takes into question your credibility. It basically spoils your name to the public. And Ken Agyapong did this on a nation level platform, Net2. Those of you who knew Net2 from then, yeah, it was not a big thing. It was not a small thing. It was a very big platform. It was a very big platform. So after they ruled in his favor, the boy came out and he made a video giving us some small documentary about his past, why he took journalism, why Kennedy was taken to courts, and a whole lot.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I stand before you not just as a journalist, but as a witness to history, a child of Ghana's turbulent past, and a soldier in the fight for truth. Yesterday, in the Essex County Superior Court of New Jersey, an 8-member jury delivered a unanimous verdict holding Ken Agyapong, former Ghanaian MP, liable for defamation and awarding damages of $18 million. The ruling is more than a legal victory. It is a profound affirmation that truth matters, that justice is not a privilege of the powerful, and that the arc of history does indeed bend towards righteousness. My story begins long before this moment. I was born at the 37 Military Barracks in Accra, the son of the soldier who served in an era where power belonged to those who wielded the gun. I grew up watching my nation transition from military rule to democracy, witnessing firsthand the struggle of ordinary Ghanaians yearning for justice, transparency, and accountability. When Ghana finally embraced democracy, I knew that safeguarding it required more than just laws. It needed the unyielding courage of those willing to hold power accountable. That is why I chose journalism, not as a career, but as a calling. Over the years, my team and I have exposed corruption at the highest levels, from the corridors of politics to the halls of justice. But in fighting the corrupt, one becomes a target. Mr. Agyapong, in a desperate bid to silence me, labeled me a land grabber, an extortionist, a murderer, a tax evader, and a blackmailer who ought to be hanged. These were not just lies. They were calculated attempts to destroy my credibility and put my life in danger. While Ghana's legal system failed to deliver justice in 2018, the U.S. court upheld truth. This case was not easy, Proving defamation in the United States requires establishing actual malice by a clear and convincing evidence standard, one of the highest legal thresholds in the world. That the jury ruled 8-0 in my favor on every count is a testament to the fact that Mr. Agyapong acted with reckless disregard. Regrettably, Ghana's justice system has not always lived up to the principles of fairness and impartiality. When I sued Mr. Agyapong in 2018, despite his inability to legally substantiate his allegations, the court ruled against me, with Justice Barr scandalously branding me a terrorist instead of adjudicating the facts before him. This miscarriage of justice was later condemned by Supreme Court Justice Kolende, who rightly described it as a violent abuse of judicial authority. My fight has never been for personal gain, but for the soul of Ghana's democracy. This victory in the US sends a powerful message. The media cannot be silenced, truth cannot be buried, and those who wield power must be held accountable. Let this moment be a wake-up call to all who seek to erode the foundations of justice in Ghana. Let it remind us that democracy is not just about elections, but institutions that uphold the truth, courts that deliver justice without fear or favor, and citizens who refuse to accept corruption as the norm. To my legal team, Andrew Dehere Esquire, Atawomega Esquire, Evans Salasi Adeka Esquire, and Odei Kro Esquire, I am forever grateful for your dedication to justice. And to my supporters in Ghana and around the world, your unwavering belief in the fight strengthens my resolve. The battle against corruption continues. We will name, shame, and jail. Ghana deserves better, and I will never stop fighting for a future where justice is not a privilege of the powerful, but the right of every citizen. Thank you.
This is crazy. As for me, I'm happy. I'm not happy because, I'm happy because a politician is suffering, but that's besides the point. I am happy because, one, somebody cash out big. And from the cash out that he has made, I'm hoping that he can channel that energy, channel that funding, channel that money, that capital into exposing more corruption in our country. That is the first reason. Two, I am happy because this has called into question the foul play that goes on in our courts in this country. Because this is not the first time that something like this has happened. Sometimes you can have a court case against someone who is a politician, someone who is powerful, someone who is of affluence, someone who you are not supposed to go up against. And because of their stance in society, everything will fall in their favor. Whilst you are woefully in your right, say, Charlie, this one day, I for winner. But then, everybody know, I say, you see that video? They will slaughter you, cut your neck. You know, go get shishi. But as your boy, he cash out 18 million. I don't know how you are seeing, but 18 million. Let me say with some degree, 18 million USD. Yeah, not Ghana cedis. USD. It's crazy. I don't even want to convert it into cedis to find out the approximated amount because me convert, yeah. 0.0000. Oh, forget about it. Now 18 million, 0.00 that's half Ghana cedis. It's crazy. I'm happy. Now, Ghanaians are calling to question some of the foul play that goes on in our courts. I mean, take it to, how can it be that somebody who is fighting for, who is exposing the crime and corruption that goes on in this country will take a case of defamation to our courts and then they will rule against him, rule in the favor of his opponents. And then he will take it outside the country. They will scrutinize everything, go through every evidence, go through all the proceedings, and then it is a unanimous vote for the person. It speaks volumes. I don't know how you see this, but this is clear as day that Charlie, you get case where you take them to court, make sure that you know somebody in the courtroom, or else, or make sure you know somebody in the courtroom, or make sure you are powerful. That one too can work. Or make sure the person you're going up against isn't powerful, or at least you are better than them. That one is chill. I mean, when you look at bongo ideas, need I say more? Look at bongo ideas. Last your boy came and do what's what they beg. Your small boy with this. and that picture of him even on the bike, Charlie, this guy making defamatory statements about someone. This one, if you take him to court, sharpest to you will cash out very soon. But that's besides the point. Me, I'm happy. And so yeah, that is the whole gist of it. When you go on X, they are trending, and that's the reason why. That is the whole gist of it. I'm happy. I'm happy for justice. I'm happy for Ghana. I'm happy for the tiger eye, the red eye. Yeah. And what else? Charlie,